Well, with the Nantahala community, I feel that they do need adequate law enforcement. They do need someone over there all the time. One of my first orders of business with that issue would be go ahead and there's two avenues. You can go ahead and request from the commissioners, go ahead and request another position to go ahead and place one over there. I've talked to, I know one individual that stated that they would go ahead and support that, and has publicly stated that he would support sending another officer over there. And that would be another factor to people consider also in this election, with say, hey, are you going to support sending an officer over there? But with that being said, like I said, there's two ways to go. Go ahead and request the funding from the commissioners, or simply go ahead and place one over there. That, in my opinion, right now seems to be the best way to go. Go ahead and place an officer over there to where he can go ahead and run the calls. I mean, it would cut response time in half. It would help with the community over there. I mean, the community reaction and involvement with the officer would be stupendous. And leave the SRO in the school at all times, unless an absolute emergency arose to where the other officer needed assistance. And I've also touched base with one or two people possibly about doing a task force through that area of Nantahala because of it not being patrolled so much. I mean, including Topton, there's like a 2-mile stretch at Topton that is not being covered, and there's possibly narcotics coming through and in and out of the county through that one window. And with a group task force of the combined counties, Cherokee, Graham, Clay, Swain County, and Macon County, patrolling that area pretty heavily in that area to help eliminate that, and even to come into Nantahala area to where there are possibly drug deals or possibly even labs to address the issue there.
Of course, I'd love to have more deputies. I mean, I would. What sheriff wouldn't? You know, we're shorthanded in Cherokee County now as well. But at this point, I see no reason why we can't have zones. It works in every county around us. So I think putting them in a zone, somebody needs to go to Nantahala, that's your zone tonight. I don't see putting one over there and he's just going to stay there and he's going to be there forever. I think rotate them out. And there's a reason for that. I know a lot of them have asked for a full-time Nantahala deputy, and I really don't want that, because you get one deputy that knows all the roads over there and the rest of them don't. So how are we going to send them help? There's a lot of roads that people that live over there don't know all of them. So they need to be rotated out. One in Highlands, you know, we need to put them in zones. And yeah, you'd have to be able to leave your zone to go back your partners up, but still somebody needs to be patrolling over there.
The Nantahala community is definitely a community that needs some services addressed, and we've tried every way that we can possibly think of within our current existing budget within the Sheriff's Office. And it's been a difficult task, because typically during the budget session of the County Commissioners meetings, I'm the only one there that is asking for that need to be fulfilled. And so ever since I've been sheriff, that's been a need that we've tried to address. One of the things that we did was we zoned our counties, and the problem with zoning is we've got 525 square miles to cover, and we only have so many officers. And when an officer is assigned to a zone and you've got a heated domestic in another area, then that individual has to come out of their zone. And it's based on the number of calls that they're receiving. And so we've really struggled to even make zones work. It wasn't until about 2007, I believe, that I told the county commissioners about a Nantahala plan of action. And basically what that was give me one officer a year, and then each year for the next 4 years they would give us those positions, and then each year we would increase, because that would be another officer per shift. And so when that shift came on, they automatically, one person from that shift would just automatically go to Nantahala. And so the commissioners all agreed unanimously to do that. And then if we all recall, the following years when our economy went south and we saw a depletion in a lot of people's budgets, and including mine, and we had to make sacrifices, and that was one of those areas that faced one of those sacrifices. And it's been ever since that we've been trying to get that initiated again. And you know, we've on average, it's a little over 16,000 calls a year through our 911 system that deputies have responded to calls. And I can't remember the exact number, but it's somewhere around 200 of those calls are in the Nantahala community. And if you live in the Nantahala community and that was your call, it's the most important call of the day, and we recognize that. And so we have to find a way to be able to provide those services there. And I think that this year we've had a lot of meetings with the Nantahala community and people that were really upset, and recognize that this is a way to get that is by coming to the budget sessions of the county commissioners meeting. And I feel very confident. I've talked to numerous individuals this year and who have said that they will definitely come during those times. And so I have a feeling that next spring will be a very different outcome in the Nantahala community.